what is the state of the future of jobs in the country? Carole Karuga, who is the CEO of the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, joins me now on phone. Carole, good afternoon, and thanks for speaking with us. So we've already gone through the numbers. We've heard about 6 million jobs that have been lost, and that is figures from your organization. So where is the future of jobs? I mean, will they ever come back, some of them? If so, who will replace them? What does the future look like for jobs in the country?
Okay, good afternoon, Yvonne, and good to speak to you. Let me first begin by correcting that number. When we said 6 million, or 6 million jobs standing to be lost. So some were lost, but these are others that were looking to be lost if nothing ever changed or nothing happened. So I think it's good for us to clarify that so that it's not misinterpreted. And then secondly, in terms of what's the future of jobs, so what COVID has taught us is that there are 3 types of jobs. There are those that were lost and may never come back because they just won't recover from the loss they went through. Some maybe because of very small and were just beginning and then can't begin, or and others were just already going through hard times, and so this was just like the last nail in the coffin. And then there are those others just because times have changed and were not able to get quickly and become tech savvy, so they're gone. But there are the second loss, which are the ones that may have been lost or reduced, but are going to be revived, or come back afresh. So that's the second loss. And then the third loss is the one. The third one is the new businesses that have been merged out of COVID. And so that's the scenario we're looking at in terms of the future of jobs.
All right. So what are we telling, and this is particularly hard. I was reading an article for those who are, say, 24, 25 years old and below, because they're new entrants into the job market. So they were either looking for internships or they are looking to secure their first job. So what do they do? Because now you're talking about some businesses that are merging, and therefore some jobs that, will be lost out of that. Some may return, some may not return. So before we talk about the business side, what happens to those who are looking for work right now, who've never entered the job market, or those who've lost their job? So what do they do now? Do they upskill? If they do that, they don't have the money because, finances are constrained at the moment.
Yeah. I think there's several options. I mean, it's difficult, and the thing about COVID, it's not just affecting our country. Then it will be very hard to know what to do. I think it's a global problem, and different countries are going through it differently. I think some of them are looking at the big countries are able to bail businesses out with a lot more money. The smaller countries are looking at different ways to do it. I think as a country, we've gone through some 2 economic stimulus rescue, and hopefully that can help some of the businesses. But also I think we've seen a bit of innovations, and I think what happens with crises like this, people become innovative. And if we go back as a country and look back at when our economy was really, really down, or was really doing badly in the 80s, that's when the entrepreneur spirit of Kenya was born. And so what are we saying? Are we going to have a second wave of entrepreneur spirit? And that's what we should be looking at. You mentioned a good thing about money, and yes, money is scarce in that sense, because can people start? Remember, even those times, money was very scarce. Not only was it scarce, even interest rates were very high, to the 30s and the 40s. The interest rates are not there yet. So can people borrow at a reasonable cost? Yes. Are the banks lending? Yes. But are they lending to everyone? No. And so that's how we are trying to come up with different initiatives of how to help people come out. And right now we're just starting a new program with Mastercard Foundation. Already we are adding the Ajira, which is the online jobs for the young people, and hopefully we can hit at least almost 10 million in a couple of years. So that's just coming up with different initiatives, and that's online jobs, and saying jobs are moving. We're in the tech revolution, so we have to move online. but they're not everyone will go into the tech revolution. There are those, as I said, the first level of businesses, some that have gone down in terms of sales and demand, and then there are those that have disappeared because of the COVID. What are we doing? So we partnered again with MasterCard Foundation, and we're doing what we're calling an SME program, very focused on a lot on the women and youth right now.
Yeah.
And this is giving loans, interest-free loans, for at least 6 months. For up to 1 million shillings, so that these small organizations can get something to get themselves back on the space. So that's really what we're trying to do, just looking at different initiatives, saying, while big countries may have a lot of money where they're able to pump into businesses, what can we do from a business perspective, working with development partners, working with government, and try and help some of these businesses that could survive.
Okay.
They just need a little push.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Carole Karuga, the CEO of KEPSA. We thank you for speaking with us and exactly what you've mentioned, which is moving towards innovation. And that is a part of what we are discussing here on the show. Some innovation. As they say, necessity is the mother of invention. Well, you'll be seeing just something interesting that is coming up here on the show.